If you're settling in for the night, welcome, traveler of the quiet cosmos. Before we drift outward together, take a moment to make yourself comfortable. A slow breath in and a soft exhale. And if you enjoy gentle journeys like this one, you're warmly invited to subscribe so these calm cosmic stories can find you again. Whenever you need a peaceful night, now, let the world around you fade just a little, like the last traces of daylight slipping behind the horizon. Tonight, we begin not at the center of the universe, but at its edge. Or rather, the place where our imagination first asks, what lies beyond? A question older than astronomy, older than math, a quiet whisper humanity has carried for thousands of years. Is there a boundary, a wall of space, something beyond the stars we can see, or something deeper, stranger, softer? So in this chapter, we'll drift gently toward that mysterious frontier, the supposed edge of everything, and explore what it truly means when the universe has no walls, no borders, no final shoreline, just a calm, ever-expanding sea of space, stretching softly into the unknown. Whenever you're ready, let's begin. The illusion of an edge. When you close your eyes and imagine the universe, perhaps you picture something vast, shimmering, and endlessly dark, a dome of stars stretching so far that the mind can barely stay with it. And somewhere, in that image, there might be an instinctive thought. Surely all of this must stop somewhere. Surely, at some impossible distance, there must be a final boundary, a cosmic shoreline, where the ocean of space meets the unknown. It's a comforting thought in a subtle way. Edges give shape to things. They tell us where something begins and where it ends, where you can continue and where you must turn back. On Earth, edges are everywhere. The edge of a continent, the edge of a forest, the edge of a map that explorers once traced, before daring to push beyond it. But the universe is not a place that follows the patterns of home. So tonight, as you settle deeper into the quiet around you, let your thoughts drift gently toward this curious idea. What if the universe has no edge at all? What if the instinct to look for a boundary is something we bring with us, a trace of our earthly experience, rather than a truth written into the cosmos? Take a slow breath here. Let it soften your chest, your shoulders, your mind. Now imagine yourself floating far beyond the warmth of the sun, past the hum of the outer planets, past the silent drift of comets that have wandered for billions of years. Imagine the familiar stars shrinking behind you until even the brightest among them becomes only a whisper in the backdrop of space. As you move outward, the universe does not become thinner or weaker or frayed at the seams. Instead, it remains steady, a calm ocean of space that looks and feels as deep as ever. There is nothing out here that suggests you are approaching a frontier. No glowing curtain of energy, no final band of stars, no cosmic fence rising like a border of light. This simple observation, that the universe looks much the same in every direction, from every vantage point, no matter how far you travel, carries a profound implication. The universe may not have an edge, because an edge would reveal itself. It would create a difference between here and there, a sense of structure, a sign that something changes as you approach the boundary. But everything remains quiet, soft, continuous. Astronomers often describe the universe as finite but unbounded. It sounds like a riddle, but it's actually a remarkably soothing idea. Imagine the surface of a sphere, a smooth, perfect globe with no corners, no sharp ends, no edges at all. If you walk along its surface, you never fall off. You never reach a wall. You simply continue moving, curving gently with the shape beneath your feet. Space may behave in a similar way, not in 2 dimensions like the surface of a balloon, but in 3 dimensions, curving through itself, in a way the human mind finds difficult to visualize. yet strangely calming to contemplate. A universe like this doesn't need walls. It doesn't need a final place where existence stops. It simply folds back into itself, remaining whole, complete, and gently infinite, in a way that has nothing to do with size that grows forever, and everything to do with shape that has no boundary. Let yourself sink deeper into that thought. There is something peaceful in the idea that the cosmos is not a place you can reach the end of, not because it goes on endlessly in a straight line, but because it is built in a way that does not allow endings at all. If you continued gliding through space, quiet, weightless, unhurried, you would never feel the universe thinning. You would never sense a diminishing glow or a nearing limit. Instead, the stars would continue to scatter gently around you. The dark matter would continue to cradle the structure of galaxies, and the cosmic background, the faint afterglow of the beginning of everything, would wrap around you with the same soft uniformity it has since the dawn of time. What you might notice instead is the quiet rhythm of expansion, not a push, not a forceful stretch, but a slow, steady drifting apart of galaxies, as space itself expands between them, not toward an edge, but everywhere, all at once. The universe doesn't expand into anything. There is no outer emptiness waiting to be filled. Space simply creates more of itself, like a soft breath continuously exhaled into the fabric of reality. And because this happens uniformly, in all directions, in all places, there is no boundary to approach, no center to leave behind, no final frontier awaiting discovery. In this gentle truth, there is a surprising comfort. Edges bring tension, questions, uncertainty. But a cosmos without edges offers only continuity, a quiet, unbroken calm that wraps around everything, with no beginning point and no place where it ends. Tonight, as you rest, let this idea settle into your thoughts. Like a soft golden glow, the universe may not be a line you follow to a finish, but a vast, curved presence that holds itself together without ever needing an outside. And so, as this first part draws to a peaceful close, allow your mind to drift with one final image. A quiet traveler floating through space, never rushing, never searching for a boundary, only continuing, softly, comfortably, wherever the cosmos allows. In next chapter, we'll follow that traveler a little farther and gently explore a question that seems impossible at first. How can a universe expand if it has no edge at all? When you're ready, we'll drift into that deeper understanding together. As we drift gently from the thoughts of chapter, we return to that quiet traveler gliding through the dark, a figure suspended in the soft, velvety expanse of space, surrounded by stars that shimmer like tiny breaths of light. No edge has appeared, no thinning of the cosmos, only the same calming scattering of distant galaxies, as though the universe is a great, serene ocean, stretching calmly in all directions. And now a new question rises, softly, almost timidly, a question that has puzzled astronomers, dreamers, and wanderers alike. If the universe has no edge, how can it be expanding? To understand this, imagine a distant galaxy, so far away that its light travels billions of years. Before reaching your imagination tonight, that galaxy isn't racing through space, the way a comet might streak through the void. Instead, something far gentler is happening. Space itself, the fabric of reality, the silent stage upon which everything rests, is stretching, not tearing, not ripping, not unfolding into anything else, just expanding, smoothly, softly, uniformly. Imagine you are lying on a warm beach, and slowly, very slowly, the tide pulls away from the shore. The sand beneath you does not change, but the space between you and the water widens, not because one of you is racing away, but because the world beneath you is shifting in a quiet, gentle rhythm. Cosmic expansion works in a similar way. Galaxies drift apart, not because they are propelled by some explosive force, but because the space between them is stretching like a soft inhale, woven into the fabric of the cosmos. And here is the part that brings a sense of deep, restful wonder. Expansion happens everywhere, all at once, in every direction. This means there is no center, no preferred spot, no starting point you could travel toward or away from. Just like on the surface of a balloon, every point sees every other point moving away. As the balloon inflates, not because the points themselves move, but because the surface beneath them grows. Now imagine that balloon again, smooth, round, unbroken. As it expands, no matter where you stand, you observe all other places drifting away. No edges appear, no gaps form. Everything remains connected, but gently stretched. This is the universe, a vast, curved fabric with no outside, quietly expanding, without ever reaching a boundary. Take a moment here. Let that image settle. Let your breath slow with it, because something even more soothing unfolds. As you drift deeper into the understanding of expansion, even if you traveled faster than every comet, faster than every star, even if you glided for billions of years through the calm darkness, you would never catch up to an edge created by expansion, because expansion has no frontier to reach. Space doesn't expand from somewhere, it expands everywhere. It stretches in every corner, in every moment, as naturally and quietly as a ripple spreading through still water, without a single drop ever leaving the lake. This is why distant galaxies drift from us, even though neither we nor they are truly moving in the traditional sense. The cosmos beneath our feet is simply widening its embrace. And yet, as comforting as this idea can be, it leads us to another mystery. If everything is moving away from everything else, what lies beyond the space that has already expanded? You might imagine a growing bubble, swelling outward into an empty void. But this image, soothing as it may be, is not quite what astronomers believe. Nothing surrounds the universe. There is no black backdrop waiting to be filled, no outer chamber into which space grows. The universe expands internally, like a melody that becomes deeper, not louder, not reaching into a new room, but resonating more fully within the one it already fills. Space makes more of itself, the way ideas unfurl inside a quiet mind, growing not outward, but from within. This is why there can be no edge. There is no place where the universe pushes into something else. There is no outside to reach, no border where the expansion stops. Every place you can imagine is already part of the universe, because the universe defines the space itself. Take another slow breath here. Feel the softness of that concept, a cosmos that grows, without needing anywhere to grow into, a reality that has no border, because it is the very definition of all that exists. And as you drift with this idea, picture again that lone traveler, floating in the quiet deep. Around them, galaxies retreat in every direction, not fleeing, not running, but drifting gently on the breathable tide of cosmic expansion. If the traveler continues onward, far beyond any familiar constellation, they will notice something subtle. The universe does not thin, it does not fade, it does not lose structure. Instead, it remains smooth and complete, a softly curving presence that embraces them with the same quiet unity it had since the dawn of time. And yet, the deeper they travel, the more profound the mystery becomes, because eventually the expansion outruns the light itself. Galaxies move away faster than their photons can reach us, not because they exceed the speed of light, but because space stretches beneath them like a silent tide pulling the shoreline farther and farther away. This leads us gently to the next great question of the night. If we can only see part of the universe, a small, glowing island in a sea of unreachable galaxies. What lies beyond the horizon of what we can observe? What exists in the vastness that no light has ever carried to us? This question is the doorway into next chapter. So, as this part settles to a close, breathe softly, let the thought float, and allow your mind to follow the traveler toward the next gentle mystery, the realm beyond the observable universe, a place we cannot see, but can still imagine with quiet wonder. As we drift beyond the thoughts of chapter, let your mind follow our lone traveler into the deeper quiet of the cosmos, a realm where even starlight grows faint, not because the stars have disappeared, but because the universe has stretched so softly, so steadily, that their ancient light can no longer keep pace. This distance, where light itself begins to fall behind, the expansion of space, marks what astronomers call the observable horizon, the furthest edge of what we can see, but not the furthest edge of what exists. And that distinction between what is visible and what is real is where the next layer of mystery unfolds. Take a slow breath. Let the air move gently as you picture this horizon. It's not a wall, not a barrier, not a curtain of darkness. Instead, it is more like a limit of memory, a soft boundary defined, not by the cosmos, but by the time light has had to reach us. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. Light, even at its swiftest speed, can only travel so far in that time. But while light travels, space expands beneath it, like a quiet tide pulling the shore away, even as the waves try to return. Because of this, the horizon is not fixed. It shifts, stretches, and drifts outward as the universe grows. And beyond that horizon, beyond what any telescope, sensor, or instrument could ever reveal to us, lies a vast expanse that is just as real as the space we can see. Imagine the traveler gliding past the horizon, floating into a realm untouched by human eyes. Nothing changes suddenly. There is no transition, no tremor, no flicker. The cosmos remains calm, continuous, gentle. Galaxies still drift, clusters still form like softly glowing islands, and the ancient threads of dark matter continue weaving their silent scaffolding through the fabric of space. Everything is familiar. Everything is continuous. The observable horizon was never a border, only a limit to our sight. Let this idea settle, like a feather drifting through still air. The universe we cannot see is likely far larger than the universe we can. Not a few times larger, not 10 or 100 times, but potentially infinitely more expansive. If our traveler could continue forever, floating through the deep, with no need for sleep, no need for warmth, no need for time, they would find something profound. The cosmos continues without interruption. The large-scale structure remains the same. Galactic filaments stretching like rivers of light, voids opening like gentle caverns of darkness, clusters bound together by gravity's quiet persistence. Even in the unseen realms, the universe behaves with the same calm rhythm that governs the space around us. This realization that the universe looks much the same, far beyond our sight, is one of the most peaceful ideas in cosmology. There is no chaos beyond the horizon, no storm of matter, no void of non-existence. Just more universe, more gentle expansion, more quiet harmony. And yet, as our traveler drifts deeper, new possibilities begin to whisper. The universe beyond the horizon may not be identical to what we see. It may hold regions where galaxies cluster differently, where dark matter threads are woven into unfamiliar patterns, or where the density of space shifts subtly, like a change in the texture of a distant breeze. Or perhaps, in some unreachable place, conditions vary enough for entire cosmic landscapes to form and evolve. in ways we cannot currently imagine. Not chaotic, but different. Different in the same gentle way that snowflakes differ, each one unique, yet governed by the same soft rules of nature. Take another breath here. Let your mind float with these possibilities, not in excitement, but in calm curiosity, because there is a deeper, quieter truth that lies beneath all these ideas. The universe is simply too large, too softly infinite, for us to ever know its full extent. And in that unknowing, in the gentle acceptance that some parts of reality will forever remain beyond our reach, there is a surprising serenity. Our traveler drifts farther still, but eventually, even their imagination cannot keep pace with expansion. The cosmos stretches faster, not in speed, but in the growth of space itself, and the traveler's journey turns from exploration to contemplation. They realize there is no place to arrive, no horizon to cross, no final frontier to pierce, because the universe has no edge, not in space, not in time, not in any direction the mind can point to. There is only continuation, a soft unfolding of reality, far beyond the boundaries of sight, understanding, or experience. And here, in this quiet realization, the traveler finds peace, not because they have reached an answer, but because they have reached a gentle acceptance. The universe does not end. It simply extends beyond every limit we could ever imagine. And now, as this chapter draws to its soft close, allow your thoughts to settle, like starlight sinking into a calm ocean, because the question that waits ahead is even softer, even more profound. If the observable universe is only a small island in an immeasurable sea, what lies in the vastness, just beyond what we can detect, not in space, but in time? This is where next chapter begins. When you're ready, we'll drift gently into the next chapter and explore the quiet history of how the universe came to be, as boundless as it is today. Beyond the observable universe, when we left our quiet traveler at the end of chapter 1, they were drifting beyond the limits of sight, past the horizon where light can no longer reach us, not because space ends there, but because the expansion of the universe moves that distant realm faster than the light we hope to catch. Now, let us return to that vast, silent place. Allow your breath to slow as if matching the gentle, endless widening of the cosmos. Feel the calm, steady rhythm of space expanding beneath every star, beneath every memory, beneath every thought. This chapter begins with a single, simple truth. Most of the universe is forever invisible to us, not hidden by dust, not concealed by darkness, but unreachable, because the cosmos itself grows too quickly. Imagine standing at the edge of a great lake at night. Even when the moonlight touches the water, the farthest shores sink into mist. They are there, but their shape cannot reach you. Now imagine that lake expanding, not its water flowing outward, but the surface itself stretching, smooth and silent, making those distant shores drift farther, every moment fading deeper, into a gentle, unreachable haze. That is how the universe behaves. We see a bubble of visibility, a sphere of light, 13.8 billion years across in every direction. But light is not the ruler of this place. Space is, and space grows with a patience that is both immense and delicate. Because of this, our observable universe is not the whole universe. It is only the part that light has had time to reveal. Beyond it lies more cosmos, more galaxies, more clusters, more silent expanses, not chaotic or alien, but quiet continuations of the same patterns that cradle the space we know. Now picture our traveler moving through this invisible realm. There is no boundary to cross, No sudden shift, no edge where stars disappear. Instead, the universe continues, as calmly as a whispered breath. The traveler sees galaxy after galaxy, emerging like soft lanterns in the dark. Some resemble the ones we know, spiral arms curling like slow waves, elliptical giants glowing with ancient red light. Others are clustered in ways our telescopes have never captured, yet they follow the same gentle physics, the same cosmic dance that binds every corner of space-time. But there is something deeper here, something that only becomes clear when we let go of the idea that the universe is a place and remember that it is also a story, one written in light, time, and distance. Light shows us the past. It travels slowly, patiently, carrying memories of galaxies as they once were, not as they are now. This means that when we look into the distance, we are not only seeing faraway space, we are seeing ancient space. Older, younger, more fragile, more primitive. The edges of the observable universe show us the universe in infancy. Galaxies still forming, structures still stretching into place, a cosmos still waking from the quiet heat of its birth. If our traveler could move faster than light, not in reality, but in imagination, they might glide ahead of its slow illumination, seeing galaxies not as whispers of the past, but as they stand in this moment, fully grown, fully realized, far beyond what earthbound eyes could ever know. Time itself becomes layered. In this quiet journey, every step forward is not only a movement through space, but a movement through eras, long beyond the reach of ancient starlight. In this hidden realm, the traveler sees galaxies whose light will never reach Earth, not because they do not shine, but because expansion has carried them into a place where even light cannot keep up. These galaxies drift outward, faster than the story of their existence can cross the growing void, and yet they exist, quietly, peacefully, softly expanding with the rest of the cosmos. Let that idea rest within you. The universe is full of things you will never see, but that still shape its harmony. Just as in life, some of the most profound truths are the ones you cannot witness directly, only sense in the soft pull of how everything moves. The traveler continues deeper, and the cosmic horizon behind them fades further, stretching into an ever-widening sphere of ancient light. Ahead lies an ocean of galaxies, so distant, so untethered from the observable world, that even their existence feels like a secret the universe whispers, only in the language of theory and wonder. Yet nothing feels incomplete, nothing feels missing, because the universe, in all its hidden vastness, remains whole, continuous, unbroken. It is not a collection of isolated islands, but a single fabric woven across distances, too immense to imagine, yet too gentle to ever threaten. And so our traveler, floating weightlessly through a realm no human eyes will ever touch, realizes a quiet truth. We are not limited by what we can see. We are shaped by what we can imagine. What lies beyond the observable universe is not darkness, but more universe, stretching softly into distances beyond sight, beyond time, beyond reach. And as this part settles gently to a close, let your mind rest on one final thought. If the universe is larger than light can reveal, might it also contain regions where physics itself takes on new shades and textures, where the laws we know bend softly into unfamiliar forms? This question awaits us in next chapter, where we drift deeper into the possibilities of the unseen cosmos and explore how the universe's hidden vastness may hold worlds stranger and gentler than anything we've dreamed. When you're ready, we'll continue the journey. As our quiet traveler moves deeper into the unseen cosmos, they drift through a realm where no human eyes have ever looked, a place not hidden by darkness, but hidden by time and expansion, a place as real as any star we've mapped, yet separated from us by the gentle, unstoppable widening of the universe itself. Beyond the observable horizon, everything feels both familiar and entirely new. Galaxies bloom like lanterns floating on a cosmic tide, their soft gold and violet light, woven across distances so great, they become almost meditative to imagine. Here, our traveler notices something subtle, a shift not in the scenery, but in the sense of possibility, because once we cross beyond the limits of what light can tell us, we step into a region where the universe may begin to express itself in forms we have never experienced. Not chaotic, not violent, simply different, quiet, gentle variations, shaped by billions of years of cosmic evolution unfolding beyond our reach. Take a slow breath here. Let the thought expand softly inside you. Scientists call this idea cosmic variance, the notion that the universe, while governed by the same fundamental laws everywhere, might not look identical on the largest scales. Just as no two snowflakes are the same, yet all follow the same physics. No two vast cosmic regions may form exactly alike. Imagine drifting into a region of the cosmos where galaxies cluster more densely, a grand, luminous web with thicker bridges of light and deeper pockets of dark matter, as if the universe dipped its brush twice as heavily into the paint before drawing this part of creation. Or imagine the opposite, a realm where galaxies are sparse, spread thinly across the void, like quiet sparks scattered over a calm, dark sea. Each region follows the same cosmic rules: gravity pulling, expansion stretching, dark matter guiding the architecture of space. But the patterns they create may shift slowly, gently, like variations in a long, soft melody. Our traveler moves through these subtle differences with a sense of awe, feeling not fear, but the comfort of a universe that allows endless variety without ever breaking its harmony. Let your breath drift deeper as we imagine what else might change in the distant, unreachable parts of the cosmos. Over billions of years, the density of matter may vary from one enormous region to the next. Where matter is abundant, galaxies grow swiftly, stars ignite brightly, and the cosmic web thickens like embroidered threads. Where matter is scarce, galaxies may be fragile, small, delicate, clusters forming only loosely, leaving long stretches of emptiness, as smooth and silent as untouched snowfall. Even the chemistry of stars might shift. Some distant region may be rich in heavy elements, forged by generations of supernovae, long before our own corner of space ever began to shine. Other regions may remain simpler, still dominated by hydrogen and helium, echoing the earliest era of the universe, as if time itself flows differently there. This variation is not disorder, it is expression, the universe exploring its own possibilities, across distances too vast for any single observer to grasp. As the traveler drifts onward, they begin to sense something deeper still, a whisper of theoretical landscapes that extend even beyond what cosmic variance can describe. Some cosmologists suggest that far beyond our observable sphere, the universe might host regions where conditions differ so greatly that their physics takes on new shades and textures. Imagine a place where dark energy is slightly stronger, stretching space more rapidly, and giving galaxies a more diffuse, ethereal structure. Or a place where dark energy is weaker, allowing gravity to pull galaxies closer, forming clusters and superclusters of breathtaking magnitude. Cosmic cities, far grander than any we have glimpsed. Maybe, in some remote sector, the balance between matter and energy tilts just enough to reshape how stars are born, producing suns bluer, larger, or quieter than any nature has made nearby. Each variation subtle, each one gentle, and each one harmonizing with the cosmic laws that cradle the entire universe. Let this idea wash over you slowly. The universe is not uniform because it does not need to be. Its beauty lies not in repetition, but in the soft, quiet multiplicity of its expression. And yet, as vast and varied as the universe might be, beyond the observable sphere, there remains something profoundly unifying. Every region, no matter how distant or distinct, is part of a single cosmic fabric, one structure, one history, one unfolding story, woven into space-time itself. Our traveler drifts through these possibilities, not as an explorer seeking borders, but as a guest, learning the contours of a boundless home. And eventually, as the galaxies thin and the dark spaces widen, a thought settles gently within them. If the universe can vary across such vast distances, could there exist regions so far beyond our horizon that they are not merely different, but fundamentally altered? This brings our traveler to the edge of a new idea, one whispered by cosmologists and dreamed about by philosophers. What if the universe contains pockets where the laws of physics themselves drift into new harmonies? What if the universe is not just large, but layered, with realms where gravity, light, or the building blocks of matter take on unfamiliar forms? This is not chaos. It is possibility, a natural extension of a universe too expansive to express itself in only one way. And this is where next chapter begins, in the realm of deeper speculation, where we imagine the farthest regions, not only as distant, but as gently altered versions of the cosmic orchestra we know. When you're ready, we will drift into that final part of the chapter and explore the soft, dreamlike ideas that lie at the edge of cosmology's imagination. As our quiet traveler drifts farther into the unseen universe, they enter a realm where imagination and cosmology meet, a frontier not of edges, but of possibilities. Here, in the landscapes beyond the observable horizon, the traveler begins to sense that the universe may be more than a single vast expanse, stretching endlessly in familiar patterns. It may instead be a rich tapestry, woven with subtle variations, and perhaps even entirely new regions, where the laws of reality take on different shades of meaning. Take a slow, gentle breath here. Let the thought expand softly inside you. In 2 previous chapters, we drifted through the continuation of the cosmos, regions just like our own, separated only by time and the limitations of how far light can travel. But now, our path carries us into the domain where theory, wonder, and quiet speculation begin to shape the scenery. This part of our journey explores what might lie beyond similarity, beyond the well-behaved, predictable structures that fill the parts of the universe we know. It is here, in the deepest, most unreachable realms, that the universe may begin to express itself through entirely different cosmic arrangements. The possibility of distant physics. Imagine the traveler moving through a region where the strengths of the forces of nature subtly shift, not enough to cause chaos, but enough to create a cosmos that feels familiar at a glance, yet profoundly transformed under closer reflection. In our universe, gravity holds galaxies together with a delicate balance, strong enough to bind, gentle enough to allow expansion. But picture a region where gravity is just slightly stronger. Galaxies would cluster more densely, their shapes stretched into thick spirals, or bright, elliptical masses, so luminous they would glow like celestial lanterns in the dark. Stars might form more quickly, burn brighter, lives shorter, a universe of brilliant, condensed light. And then imagine the opposite, a region where gravity is slightly weaker. Galaxies would drift farther apart, their arms looser, their clusters more fragile. Stars might form slowly, burn softly, and linger for trillions of years. In quiet equilibrium, neither realm is violent, neither realm is wrong. They are simply variations, in a cosmos large enough to explore every gentle possibility. Shifts in the cosmic ingredients. Our traveler drifts further still, into a sector where the balance between dark matter and ordinary matter begins to shift. In our familiar sky, dark matter forms the invisible skeleton that shapes the large-scale structure of space. But in a more distant region, one beyond any light that could return to us, the proportion of dark matter might be slightly higher. Galaxies there would form differently, their structures more stable, their motions smoother, their rotations quiet and nearly perfect. In another faraway section, dark matter might be less abundant. Galaxies would be delicate, intricate, almost lace-like, fragile ornaments of starlight, barely held together. Once again, not chaos, just variation, just a universe expressing itself in soft, subtle diversity. Could the laws of physics differ entirely? And now, the traveler drifts even farther, past the regions where cosmic variance might explain subtle changes into the profound unknown, where cosmologists speak in whispers and equations. Here lies a possibility that stretches the limits of imagination, while remaining gentle enough to contemplate. As sleep drifts near, the universe may contain pockets where the laws of physics themselves take on new forms. Not random, not wild, but harmonious, as though reality is composed of multiple movements of the same cosmic symphony. Imagine a distant domain where the fine structure constant. The rule that shapes atoms is slightly different. Atoms might be larger or smaller, or arrange themselves into patterns unknown in our universe. Stars might shine in unfamiliar colors, shades beyond the visible spectrum, glowing softly in hues no human eyes were shaped to see. Or imagine a realm where time flows a little differently, where processes unfold more slowly or quickly relative to our experience. Not a world of paradox, but simply another variation in a cosmos too vast to express itself in a single rhythm our traveler senses. These possibilities not as certainties, but as quiet invitations, a reminder that the universe need not be limited to the patterns we've observed in our small cosmic neighborhood. Why these ideas soothe rather than unsettle? Though these theories sound profound, their effect is surprisingly calming, because they remind us that we live in a universe that allows for endless creativity, a place where variation and harmony coexist in peaceful partnership. There is comfort in knowing that even the distant parts of reality are shaped by order, not chaos, pattern, not rupture, continuity, not separation. The universe is whole, even when its details differ, and as the traveler floats through these imagined realms, they begin to feel a deeper truth. The cosmos is not something to be solved. It is something to be experienced, softly, curiously, openly. Our traveler, after drifting through these vast possibilities, turns not to find a destination, but to rest in understanding. The universe beyond what we can observe may be simple, or varied, or incredibly strange, but in every form, it remains beautiful, structured, and connected. And now, as this chapter settles into stillness, allow your breath to match the calm expansion of space, because the next question, the one that shapes much of modern cosmology, is this: if the universe has no edge and expands everywhere, could it be one of many universes, bubbling softly within a greater cosmic field? This is where next chapter begins, with the gentle introduction to the multiverse theories that stretch imagination into even softer, wider spaces. When you're ready, let's drift there together. As our quiet traveler drifts beyond the deepest regions of the universe we can imagine, a new thought begins to glow softly at the edges of their awareness. A thought shaped not by what the universe contains, but by the possibility that our universe may not be alone. The idea emerges not as a burst of revelation, but as a warm, slow-rising dawn. If the cosmos can vary across unimaginable distances, could there be other universes entirely, each with its own quiet rhythm, its own laws, its own stories of creation? Take a slow breath here. Feel the softness of the question as it settles gently in your mind. The multiverse is not a theory of chaos. It is a theory of abundance, of the cosmos expressing itself in countless forms, like a field of stars blooming across a tranquil night sky. Some universes may resemble ours closely, differing only in delicate details. A gravitational pull slightly stronger, a shade of starlight slightly warmer. Others might be so different that the rules shaping their reality whisper in a language our physics has never spoken, and yet none of these possibilities feel threatening. The multiverse does not diminish our world. It simply expands the horizon of wonder. Let us drift gently into this idea. A universe born from expansion. In the moments after the Big Bang, our universe expanded faster than anything we can meaningfully imagine. This era, called cosmic inflation, did not proceed smoothly, like ripples in a calm lake. Instead, some regions inflated more rapidly, some less, and some may have inflated so dramatically that they detached from one another. In the structure of space-time, think of soap bubbles forming on the surface of water, each one a universe with its own internal laws, all floating gently in a larger cosmic field. Our universe may be one such bubble, a single glowing sphere in a vast, soft ocean of countless others. But unlike soap bubbles, these universes never touch, never collide, never burst. They exist in separate pockets of reality, each wrapped in its own space-time, each expanding internally, each forever unreachable from its neighbors. Our traveler, drifting in imagination alone, cannot enter another universe, but they can sense how gentle this structure might be. A multiverse is not a stack of worlds, nor a chaotic scattering of random realms. It is a delicate, natural outcome of the universe seeking expression on a grander scale, a cosmic forest where each universe is a tree, growing, evolving, and existing in quiet harmony with others unseen. Why the multiverse feels peaceful. Some imagine the multiverse as wild and unpredictable, a place of infinite strangeness. But in the soft narration of the cosmos, it feels more like the unfolding of a deeper order. If one universe follows certain laws, another might follow similar ones, with small variations. Those variations allow nature to explore different arrangements, new balances, new forms of matter, new cosmic symphonies, not chaos. Creativity, not randomness, possibility. And because these universes are separated by space-time itself, they never interfere with one another. They do not collide, they do not threaten, they do not overtake. They simply exist, quietly and indefinitely. Our traveler senses this, not as an overwhelming idea, but as a comforting one, evidence that reality is richer than any one perspective could capture. Just as a single star cannot illuminate the whole night, a single universe cannot contain the full story of what might be possible. Universes with familiar shapes. Imagine drifting near the boundary, not a physical edge, but a conceptual distance where another universe begins. This place is not accessible, not visible, and not navigable. It exists only in theory. Yet, the traveler imagines what such a universe might resemble. Perhaps it looks much like ours. Galaxies swirl, stars ignite, planets grow cool enough to host quiet oceans or drifting clouds. In this familiar universe, physical constants may differ only slightly. Stars might live longer, gravity might sculpt galaxies into new shapes, chemistry might unfold in patterns we've never seen, but the universe would still be recognizable, still governed by order and breathless beauty. Universes with unfamiliar rules. Farther still, the traveler imagines realms where the constants of nature shift beyond recognition. A universe where atoms hover in delicate, unstable balances. A universe where light behaves differently, slower, faster, or broken into new spectrums our eyes could never interpret. A universe where space itself curves so dramatically that galaxies form in unexpected patterns or not at all. Yet even these strange realities feel calm, peaceful, anchored in their own logic. Each universe is a poem, with its own rhythm, its own meter, its own quiet refrain. The gentle implication, as the traveler reflects on the immense possibility of the multiverse, a soft realization arises. The existence of other universes does not make ours smaller. It makes it meaningful. Our universe, with its galaxies, its stars, its quiet blue planet, is one expression of the cosmic potential, a single note in an infinite symphony, and symphonies are not diminished by the presence of additional notes. They are made whole by them. So the traveler drifts on, calmed by the sense that the cosmos is not limited to a single story, but instead holds a soft of realities unfolding in gentle parallel. Now, as this chapter settles, like stardust falling through a quiet nebula, a new question begins to form. If the multiverse is a vast ocean of universes, gently drifting in their own space-time, what gives rise to these countless realms? What mechanism births so many universes with such quiet precision? To explore that question, we drift next into next chapter, where the traveler will glide through the dreamlike concepts of eternal inflation, the cosmic engine that may breathe universes into existence, like stars forming in a gentle night. When you're ready, we'll float there together. Eternal inflation. The soft engine of many universes. As our quiet traveler drifts in the gentle imagination of the multiverse, they sense that something deeper lies beneath the countless universes, something soft, steady, and endlessly creative, a process that does not roar like a great machine, but hums softly beneath reality, weaving universe after universe, the way a calm tide shapes sand along an infinite shore. This process is known as eternal inflation, a name that sounds grand and powerful, yet reveals itself in the softest of ways. To understand it, let your breath slow. Let your thoughts drift. Imagine the universe, not as a singular explosion, but as a blooming field of space-time, where growth happens everywhere and never fully stops. The gentle beginning, cosmic inflation, began in the earliest fraction of a second after the Big Bang. That tiny moment, too brief for the mind to hold, saw space itself expand faster than any motion we can conceive. But inflation did not unfold evenly. Some regions slowed and cooled, forming universes like our own. Other regions continued expanding, stretching, blooming outward, like petals opening endlessly on a cosmic flower. Our universe emerged in one such cooled pocket, a quiet bubble where expansion relaxed enough for matter, stars, and life to take shape. But inflation did not end everywhere. Instead, in the vastness beyond our universe, expansion continued, smooth, steady, eternal. This is the heart of eternal inflation, a process that never completes, creating new universes endlessly. As space stretches into new regions of possibility, the traveler envisions it not as chaos, but as a gentle, ceaseless blossoming. Universes as soft bubbles drifting in space-time. Picture a warm kettle of water just beginning to boil. Tiny bubbles appear, small pockets of steam, forming inside a larger, hotter environment. Now soften that image, slow it, stretch it across infinity. Replace water with space-time. Replace bubbles with universes. That is the landscape of eternal inflation. The water, the inflating background space-time, is always expanding, always stretching, always generating new pockets, where inflation slows and forms fresh universes. Each universe is isolated within its own bubble of space-time, and these bubbles never collide, because the inflating space between them pushes them apart faster than they can grow. Our traveler imagines drifting near the edge of such a bubble, not to cross into another universe, which the laws of nature forbid, but to sense the quiet hum of creation surrounding it. They feel the softness of a realm where new universes blossom with the same inevitability as seeds sprouting after gentle rain, a cosmic field that breathes new realities. To cosmologists, eternal inflation arises from a field that permeates space-time, a field with energy so immense that its natural state is to expand, but in tiny regions, like the calm eye of a storm. This field briefly stabilizes, allowing a universe to form. It's as though the cosmos is exhaling universes in delicate bursts, each one a pocket where inflation relaxes and creation begins anew. The traveler imagines this infinite breath, warm and rhythmic, a cosmic heartbeat, pulsing through the fabric of existence, not hurried, not forceful, just quietly inevitable. Why eternal inflation feels peaceful? Though the theory sounds immense, its emotional resonance is oddly soothing. It tells us that creation is not a single event, lost in the distant past, but an ongoing process, a gentle unfolding that never stops. It also tells us that our universe is not an accident, but a natural expression of a deeper cosmic rhythm. Just as a tree produces many branches, and each branch many leaves, the inflationary field produces many universes, each one a leaf, drifting softly in the quiet wind of space-time. Nothing in this process is rushed. Nothing is violent. Even the term inflation, which may sound explosive, is simply the cosmic way space stretches itself into new forms. Eternal inflation offers a picture of reality that is endlessly fertile, endlessly gentle, a slow, cosmic blooming that has no beginning and no final blossom. Our traveler floats within this vision, calmed by the idea that creation itself is a peaceful act, the soft geometry of everlasting growth. In the framework of eternal inflation, space is always expanding somewhere. Even if entire universes form, evolve, and eventually fade, the inflating background remains active, stretching and generating new realms. This means there is no outer edge to the multiverse. It grows as naturally as a forest spreads its roots or a river branches into streams. Imagine the traveler suspended in this blooming architecture, watching as new universes form like glowing buds on the branches of eternity. Each universe contains its own laws, its own timeline, its own stories. Some may expand forever, some may slow and settle, some may collapse inward in quiet finality. but all of them are nourished by the same underlying engine, the inflationary field, that births universes. With soft mathematical certainty, a gentle reflection, the traveler senses a profound calm in this vision. There is no need for a single universe to be the entire story. There is no need to search for edges or endings. Reality, in this model, is an ever-growing garden of universes, each one flourishing in its own quiet corner of the multiverse. And our universe, with its galaxies, its starlight, its delicate balance, is simply one flower in an infinite field. This does not make it small. It makes it precious, a unique expression of cosmic possibility. As the traveler floats deeper into this understanding, a new question rises, like a soft ripple in still water. If eternal inflation can create countless universes, each isolated in its own space-time, could some universes be related to ours in more subtle ways, sharing deep connections, even across unreachable distances? This question leads us gently to next chapter, where we explore the possibility of parallel universes, worlds that may be mirrors, echoes, or soft variations of our own cosmic story. When you're ready, we'll drift there together. Parallel realities, soft echoes of our universe. As our quiet traveler floats through the dreamlike expanse of eternal inflation, a new possibility begins to shimmer. A thought so delicate, so feather-light, that it arrives almost like a feeling before it becomes an idea. If inflation can give rise to countless universes, and if each universe carries its own subtle variations, could there exist realities that resemble ours, not in vague cosmic structure alone, but in a way that feels like a soft reflection, not identical, not perfect replicas, but echoes, parallel versions of existence, shaped by the same underlying mathematics, the same gentle laws of physics, the same cosmic seeds of possibility? Take a slow breath here. Let it settle like stardust, drifting through a quiet nebula, because this is the realm of parallel universes, where the familiar and the unfamiliar touch lightly at the edge of imagination. The soft idea of cosmic branching. Some theories suggest that the universe does not evolve in a single line, but instead unfolds like a vast, ever-branching tree. Every quantum event, every tiny moment of possibility might allow reality to split softly into different outcomes, not in a chaotic burst, but in a quiet bifurcation, like two paths diverging. In a forest woven from probabilities, in one universe, a particle turns left, in another, it turns right, and reality continues in both directions, each one as real and as complete as the other. Though this idea is bold, it is not violent. It paints the cosmos as a gentle garden of outcomes, a place where possibility is never lost, but instead unfolds in multiple soft directions. Our traveler drifts among these whispers, feeling not confusion, but calm curiosity, a universe shaped by similar beginnings. Other theories imagine parallel universes, created not by branching, but by initial conditions. The idea that if the cosmos began many times, with slightly different parameters, many universes might appear, remarkably similar to ours. A universe where stars form in the same quiet spirals. A universe where planets cool into blue oceans and golden deserts. A universe where life unfolds, following its own gentle path. Not identical, just familiar, like hearing the same lullaby, sung in a different voice. Our traveler senses how comforting this is. The notion that somewhere, beyond the unreachable horizon, reality may rhyme with ours. Softly, quietly, like an echo across space-time. Parallel structure without parallel story. Yet, even in universes that resemble our own, the details need not match. A familiar galaxy may spin in the same shape, yet host stars of entirely different ages. A planet like Earth may circle a sun-like star, but its continents, oceans, and histories would unfold along a path untouched by anything we know. This is the subtle truth of parallel universes. Similarity does not imply repetition. Familiarity does not imply duplication. The cosmos may reuse ideas, spirals, gravity, chemistry, the quiet glow of starlight, yet each universe remains a unique composition, its story written in its own soft handwriting. Why parallel universes feel gentle, not overwhelming. You might imagine that an infinite number of universes would feel dizzying or disorienting, but in the slow, bedtime rhythm of cosmic contemplation, the opposite is true. Parallel universes offer a sense of openness, a reminder that reality is not fragile or singular, but expansive and endlessly expressive. Our own universe does not need to contain every possibility. It is simply one voice. In a cosmic choir, each universe sings its own song. Each song adds to the harmony, and no single melody has to carry the whole composition alone. The traveler feels a deep serenity in this, the way the multiverse spreads meaning gently across countless realms, instead of concentrating it into a single, lonely world. The quiet mystery of unreachable realms. Even though parallel universes may exist, they remain unreachable by any means we currently understand. Their distances are measured, not in kilometers, or even in light years, but in separate domains of space-time, places where the rules that bind reality do not allow traversal, and yet their unreachability does not diminish their presence. It gives them a dreamlike quality, present as possibility, absent as experience, just as we cannot visit our earliest memories, but still feel them. We cannot enter parallel universes, but can still imagine their gentle glow. The traveler floats in this soft paradox, unable to cross the divide, yet able to sense the calm richness of a multiverse filled with stories unfolding in endless quiet. The multiverse as a mirror of uncertainty and choice. At the philosophical edge of these ideas lies a gentle realization. The universe we inhabit is shaped by a delicate balance of chance, structure, and cosmic history. Parallel universes may express what happens when that balance shifts by even the slightest amount, a reminder that our own reality is both deeply unique and part of something far larger than itself. Our traveler contemplates this soft truth, that existence is not a single line, but one thread in a vast tapestry, woven across many dimensions and many possibilities. This thought brings peace, not confusion, a sense of spaciousness, as though the cosmos breathes in many directions at once. Now, as Chapter 3 drifts toward stillness, our traveler senses one final question emerging, a question deeper and softer than all the others. If multiple universes exist, and if countless variations of reality unfold in gentle parallel, what does this mean for the journey of consciousness, for our experience of reality, for the quiet mystery of being aware at all? This is where next chapter begins, at the threshold between cosmic structure and inner experience, where the vastness of the universe meets the quiet vastness within us. When you're ready, we'll drift there together. The edge as a state of mind. as our quiet traveler drifts away. From the gentle echoes of parallel worlds, a deeper quiet settles over them, a kind of silence that is not empty, but full of soft realization. For so long, they have journeyed outward, past the observable universe, past the unseen realms beyond it, past the multiverse, where countless universes bloom, like lanterns floating in an infinite night. And now, amid this boundless expanse, a new question arises, one softer, more intimate, and perhaps more mysterious than all the others. Where does the universe end? When the mind itself has no edge, the traveler pauses, not because they meet a boundary, but because they sense that the journey has turned inward, as much as it has stretched outward. The universe within awareness. Take a slow breath. Let it move through you gently, as though the cosmos were breathing with you. Because in a very real sense, it is. Every image we form of the universe, every star, every galaxy, every distant possibility, lives first in the quiet space of awareness. The edge of the universe, then, is not merely a physical idea. It is also a mental one, a limit we imagine, because the mind is accustomed to placing borders around things, but awareness itself has no walls. Thoughts drift into view, the way stars emerge, in a darkening sky, one by one, softly, without an edge, that marks where thinking begins, or where it ends. Our traveler feels this truth, like a subtle shift in gravity, a gentle pull inward, toward the spaciousness within. Why we imagine edges. From childhood onward, the mind learns to create boundaries, inside and outside, here and there, me and everything else. These divisions help us navigate life, but they prepare us, poorly, for contemplating the cosmos. When we imagine an edge of the universe, we often picture a wall, a border, a place where existence stops. But the universe has no such features. It does not end in any of the ways our intuition expects. The traveler senses this now, not through theory, but through experience, the lived experience of drifting through cosmic vastness that never narrows, never breaks, never fades into nothing. Slowly, the idea of an edge dissolves, not just physically, but mentally, the mind's horizon. The real boundary, if we can call it that, lies between what we can imagine and what lies beyond imagination. Much like the observable universe is limited by light's reach, the world we see is limited by the reach of thought. Beyond that lies not emptiness, but potential, possibility waiting softly at the edge of awareness. The traveler begins to understand the horizon of the mind is as natural and shifting as the cosmic horizon of the universe. Both expand when we allow them to. Both soften when we stop looking for rigid borders, and both grow when we relax into curiosity. The universe as a reflection of inner space, floating through the cosmic quiet, the traveler notices something beautiful. The universe does not resist them. It does not confine or restrict. It simply opens and opens again in every direction. Awareness behaves the same way when we let it. Notice how thoughts emerge, softly, like galaxies blooming into view. Notice how they dissolve, quietly, like fading starlight. Notice how emotions rise and fall, as gently as the swell of a distant cosmic tide. In this sense, the journey outward and the journey inward are not opposites. They are reflections, two ways of drifting through different kinds of infinity. The traveler feels this symmetry, feels it settling over them like a warm, cosmic blanket, and realizes that seeking the edge was perhaps never the true task. The real task is recognizing that both the universe and the mind are far too expansive to require one, letting go of the need for boundaries. Boundaries serve us in a world of objects, but in a universe of continuities, they lose their meaning. The traveler sees now that the question, what exists outside the universe, is shaped by the same habits of thought that ask, what exists outside myself? And the surprising answer to both is the same. Outside is not as meaningful as within, because outside implies a border, and borders require separation, and separation is not the way reality functions at its deepest levels. The cosmos is continuous. Awareness is continuous. Neither is bounded by anything but the limits. We gently imagine a soft realization. As our traveler sinks deeper into this gentle understanding, they feel the universe as less of a place and more of a presence, not a container, not a structure, but a spaciousness, vast, glowing, quietly, and connected to their own inner spaciousness in ways words can barely express. The more they surrender to the experience, the clearer it becomes. The edge of the universe is not out there. It is the edge of what we are able to conceive. And that edge moves each time we allow ourselves to dream further. Now, as this chapter settles like dust on a calm cosmic breeze, the traveler feels a natural movement, a gentle turning, a soft shift toward the next layer of understanding. If the edge is not a physical boundary, and if the mind itself shapes how we perceive the universe, how does consciousness fit into the vast cosmic picture? Is awareness merely a spectator or a quiet participant? In the unfolding story of reality, these are the questions waiting. In next chapter, where we explore consciousness as a thread woven gently into the fabric of the cosmos. When you're ready, we'll drift there together. Consciousness as cosmic reflection. As our quiet traveler floats in the vastness between galaxies, a new awareness begins to unfold. Not something seen, but something felt. The endless expanse before them, and the endless expanse within them, begin to mirror each other like two still lakes reflecting the same moon. This is the moment when the traveler realizes that the cosmos and consciousness are not separate journeys, but intertwined explorations of the same boundless mystery. The universe stretches outward, awareness stretches inward, and somewhere, in the soft meeting of those two movements, the traveler senses a profound connection. The quiet presence of the observer. To observe the universe is to reveal a truth about the mind, that awareness is not a passive witness, but a luminous space where reality takes shape. Every star the traveler sees, every galaxy, every ripple of cosmic thought appears only because awareness is there to receive it. In this sense, consciousness is a mirror, not of itself, but of the universe expressing itself through perception. When the traveler looks outward, the cosmos reflects inward. When they look inward, the cosmos whispers outward. Both movements are part of the same quiet dance. The universe awakening within experience. Let your breath soften as this idea settles gently. Science describes the universe in equations, forces, structures, and expansions, but none of these are ever known directly. We know them as experiences, arising within consciousness. The light of a distant star travels for billions of years, only to arrive as a moment of awareness in the present. Without consciousness, the star's journey would have no witness, and so the cosmos, for all its grandeur, finds completion in the simple act of being perceived. The traveler realizes that awareness is not separate from the unfolding of the universe. It is part of that unfolding, a quiet participant, a gentle collaborator in the cosmic story. Why consciousness feels infinite. The traveler drifts inward now, not by moving, but by relaxing, letting thoughts flow like soft tides. Inside, There are no edges. Memories blur into imagination. Imagination blurs into intuition. Intuition blurs into silence. In this silence, awareness feels spacious, as vast as the star fields they've wandered. It becomes clear. The reason consciousness can hold the universe is because both share the same essential quality. They are unlimited. The mind cannot reach a boundary where thoughts stop. Thought simply softens into quiet potential. Likewise, the universe has no border where existence ends. Space simply curves into further possibility. This parallel is not accidental. It is poetic, it is profound, and it is peaceful. The cosmos experiencing itself. Some thinkers imagine that consciousness emerges from atoms and neurons, small pieces giving rise to a greater whole. But in this soft cosmic meditation, the traveler senses something different, that awareness and the universe may be two expressions of the same underlying mystery. Just as galaxies form patterns that reveal a deeper structure, thoughts form patterns that reveal a deeper presence. Both patterns arise from something quiet, subtle, and ungraspable. Call it the fabric of space-time. Call it the field of awareness. Call it the foundation of being. Whatever name we give it, this underlying presence is not separate from us, and not separate from the cosmos. It may be that consciousness is the universe, becoming aware of itself from within. A star does not know it shines, but a mind gifted with reflection knows the star shines, and in knowing gives its light meaning. The soft intimacy of existence. As the traveler floats, they feel a warm intimacy hidden inside the vast emptiness. Space is not cold. It is open. It is receptive. It is waiting to be inhabited by meaning, and awareness gives that meaning. A nebula becomes beautiful only when a mind perceives its colors. A galaxy becomes majestic only when a mind contemplates its shape. A universe becomes meaningful only when a mind wonders about its origins. What we call the universe is not just a thing, it is an experience, a collaboration between the outer and the inner. In that sense, the traveler discovers something soft and astonishing. Consciousness is not small against the backdrop of the cosmos. Consciousness is the canvas upon which the cosmos appears, and that realization is more expansive than any distant galaxy. The illusion of separation dissolves. The boundary between the traveler and the universe begins to dissolve, not physically, but perceptually. They are not an observer facing an external world. They are awareness through which the universe flows into being. This dissolving of separation feels gentle, comforting, like slowly warming hands over a quiet fire. The cosmos is no longer out there. It is here, immediate, intimate, alive in awareness. The traveler senses a simple truth. We do not stand apart from the universe. We arise within it, and it arises within us. Now, as this meditation deepens, another realization begins to glow, like a distant star. If consciousness and the cosmos mirror each other so closely, if both unfold without edges, then perhaps the end of the universe is not something to be found, but something to be felt, something inward, something quiet, something deeply peaceful. This thought becomes the bridge into next chapter, where our traveler contemplates the soft, sleep-bound conclusion, the gentle merging of cosmic vastness and personal stillness. When you're ready, we'll drift there together. The universe without edges. The traveler floats now in a place where outer space and inner space begin to feel indistinguishable. The galaxies around them drift in slow, gentle spirals, and thoughts within them drift in the same soft curves, quiet, delicate, unhurried. They have traveled outward, far beyond the edges of what can be seen, beyond what light can reach, beyond the farthest boundaries of cosmic imagination. They have traveled inward, past the confines of thought, past the limits of memory, into the open, silent field of pure awareness. And here, in this meeting point between the vast and the intimate, a final realization forms, not as a sentence, not as an idea, but as a feeling. The universe has no edge, because awareness has no edge, and the two are reflections of the same boundless presence, the merging of inner quiet and cosmic quiet. Take a slow, soft breath. Feel how the air enters without resistance, how it settles gently, how it flows outward like a small tide. The traveler feels this too, floating in the expanse, that breathing is its own kind of universe, an ebb and flow, with no beginning or end. And as they breathe, the stars around them seem to breathe as well, expanding, contracting, existing, without any need for definition. The quiet within the traveler matches the quiet of the cosmos, as though both emerge from the same ancient source, a source with no borders, no walls, no edges of any kind. Why the universe feels soft at its limits. As the traveler reflects, they realize that every question about edges, boundaries, and borders came from a place of tension, from the human desire to know where things begin and where they end. But the cosmos does not operate in lines. It operates in curves, flows, and continuities. Galaxies blend into filaments. Filaments dissolve into voids. Voids stretch into deeper darkness, until darkness becomes the canvas for new galaxies. No step is abrupt. No transition is sharp. Even light itself does not end at a precise distance. It simply fades, grows softer, spreads thinner, until it merges with the silence. Edges are an invention of the mind, not an attribute of the universe. The traveler feels a calming relief wash over them, a release of an old burden they didn't realize they carried. The universe never needed edges to make sense, and neither do we. Awareness as the final frontier. The traveler lets themselves drift inward once more, not into memory, not into imagination, but into the space that holds both. This inner space has no walls. Thoughts come and go, like comets gliding through orbit. Emotions rise and fall, like warm solar winds. Sensations appear and dissolve, like particles flickering in a beam of light. Everything arises. Everything fades. Everything remains connected through a quiet awareness that holds it all gently. And in this awareness, soft, spacious, and formless, the traveler discovers a truth that mirrors the universe perfectly. Edges do not exist in reality. They exist only in perception. Reality itself is seamless. Just as the universe expands, without reaching a border, awareness opens, without reaching a limit. The traveler feels this, not as a concept, but as a deep, peaceful truth. The meaning of outside dissolves. In earlier chapters, the traveler wondered, what lies outside the universe? Now, in this quiet, the question dissolves gently, because outside and inside are distinctions the universe does not obey. Space does not end. Awareness does not end. Both are containers without walls. Outside implies a boundary, but boundaries imply separation, and separation is an illusion the universe never actually created. The traveler smiles softly, a smile of understanding, not of answers found, but of questions released. They no longer search for an edge. They no longer need one. Resting in the seamless whole, the traveler floats in stillness now, not because they have reached a destination, but because they have recognized There was never anywhere to reach. Everything they have experienced, every universe, every possibility, every echo, every reflection, exists within a seamless whole, a whole that includes stars, galaxies, time, space, thought, awareness, and everything in between. The universe is not a place we are in. It is a presence we are part of. The traveler feels this truth, like a soft warmth spreading through their being. A warmth without shape, without origin, without boundary. Just a quiet, gentle completeness. Picture the traveler now, weightless, calm, cradled by the endless fabric of space-time. Around them, galaxies drift like slow-moving lanterns. Nebulae glow with soft violet mist. The cosmic background hums with an ancient lullaby. Above, below, within, there are no edges. Only continuity, only openness, only the quiet comfort of a universe that stretches forever in every direction, and a mind that can relax into that infinity without fear. The traveler rests, and in their rest, they understand the edge of the universe is not somewhere you go, it is something you let go of. As this final chapter settles into stillness, a last gentle question rises, not to be solved, but to be held. If the universe has no edge, and awareness has no edge, then perhaps the most peaceful place to rest is right here, in the quiet union of both. This thought forms the bridge into the final chapter, a gentle return to the listener's breath, their body, and their own quiet inner sky. When you're ready, we'll drift softly into that closing moment together. Returning home to the quiet within, as our quiet traveler floats in the endless hush of a universe without edges, the stars around them dim softly, not fading away, but settling into a peaceful glow, like lanterns lowering their light to guide someone gently home. They have journeyed far, farther than any map could follow, farther than light has ever traveled, farther than imagination itself once believed possible. They drifted past the limits of sight, past the horizon where galaxies slip from view, past the unseen realms that exist beyond light's ability to reach. They wandered into the multiverse, a gentle garden of universes. Blooming softly in parallel, they touched the edge of cosmic creation itself, where eternal inflation breathes new realities into being like quiet cosmic blossoms. And then they drifted inward, into awareness, into stillness, into that space inside, where thoughts rise like stars in a private sky. And there, they discovered the truth that brings the entire journey together. There is no edge to the universe, because there is no edge to the quiet space within you. Everything you imagined, everything you saw, everything you felt along the way, all of it unfolded within the vastness of awareness. The galaxies, the multiverse, the soft boundaries dissolving into silence. These were not destinations, they were reflections, reflections of the same spaciousness that exists within every breath you take, a gentle return. Now, as the traveler begins their slow return, the universe does not shrink or close behind them. It simply softens, like a dream giving way to the comfort of warm sheets. The galaxies become warm dust. In the distance, the quiet cosmic winds grow still. Even the hum of space-time, that ancient, quiet vibration that has echoed since the dawn of the cosmos, fades into a gentle, soothing silence. And in that silence, the traveler feels themselves descending softly back into the familiar shape of a body resting, a breath flowing, a mind settling. You may feel this too, a slow, warm gravity bringing you home, to your own presence, to your own breath, to the rhythm of stillness within you. There is nothing to chase, nothing left to discover. You have seen, as far as anyone can see. And now the universe invites you to rest. The universe watching over your rest, even as your awareness returns to this quiet room. The universe continues its soft unfolding. Stars continue to burn in distant corners of space. Galaxies continue their slow spirals. Dark energy continues its calm expansion of the cosmic fabric. Everything moves, everything breathes, everything rests in the same gentle rhythm. And just as the universe holds its galaxies without effort, you are held by the soft embrace of stillness gathering around you now. Feel the bed beneath you. Feel the softness surrounding you. Feel your body loosening as though gravity itself is exhaling. You are not separate from the cosmos you traveled through. You are part of it. You always were, letting go completely. As the traveler's journey merges with your own breathing, notice how each inhalation feels like drawing in starlight, cool, gentle, spacious, and each exhalation feels like releasing galaxies, letting them drift, as far as they wish, into the boundless night. There is no effort now, no need to think, no need to wonder, just the soft, drifting sensation of resting in a universe that is both infinite and intimately connected to you. Let your thoughts float like weightless constellations. Let your body soften like dust settling in a calm nebula. Let your mind dissolve into the vastness that has been holding you since the very beginning. You are safe. You are supported. You are gently drifting into a deeper quiet. A final image before sleep. Before the last traces of wakefulness fade, imagine the traveler, your traveler, finding a small, peaceful place in the universe to rest. Perhaps on a warm, glowing cloud of stardust. Perhaps in the curve of a nebula lit by soft violet haze. Perhaps floating freely through a field of golden cosmic light. Wherever they rest easily. And because they rest, you may rest. The journey does not end here. It simply continues. In stillness instead of motion. The universe will be here when you wake. The stars will wait. The questions will remain gentle. The possibilities will remain endless. But for now, for this quiet moment, the cosmos asks nothing of you except to let go, to drift, to soften, to sleep, a soft farewell. And so, with one last breath, deep, slow, and warm, allow the universe to dim its lights around you. Allow your awareness to melt into quiet. Allow sleep to rise up softly like a warm tide. Thank you for drifting through the cosmos tonight. Thank you for exploring its mysteries with such softness. Thank you for surrendering to the vastness within you. The universe has no edges. Your awareness has no edges. And your rest deserves the same gentle infinity. Good night, traveler. Sleep deeply, dream widely, and let the quiet universe hold you until morning.